are now listening to the Sportz Nutz.
Hey, welcome to the Sportz Nutz.
Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. Buy one, get one 50% off drinks.
Tequila's Grill Mexican restaurant has homemade salsa bars. They have the most authentic, most delicious, and most affordable Mexican cuisine in town.
Welcome to episode 86 of the Sportz Nutz. Guys, we hope you've had a fantastic week. We have, yes, I am coming to you live from Clemson University. We are actually going to be checking out the Clemson gymnastics match. I believe they're taking on Penn State tonight. Going to be a lot of fun. Guys, no need to introduce myself, but I will. You know me. I am Brandon. I am the official host. But this gentleman right next to me, Mr. Matt Thomas, how you doing, brother?
Everything is lovely, man. I can't complain at all, man. I hope everything's good with you. You're good.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man. Okay.
What happened? That was
All
weird,
right.
wasn't it? Did you see that? Like, it literally, like, kicked everybody off. All right, so let's restart that, guys. Again, welcome to episode 86 of the Sportz Nutz. Matt, how are you doing, man? How was your week?
Once again, man, my week was good. I don't know what that was, man. That was the Hank blip. That's what that was. That was the Hank blip. You know?
What's that? What's that?
Literally,
Hank,
when Matt was talking, everybody, like, shut off. It was so weird.
Yeah, then we pops back up and you're here, Hank. You're here, man.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, when I was trying to get on for a sec, it stuttered for about a good 15 seconds. So there was something going on.
That was weird.
But see, here's the thing, though. Something happened to my TVs too. My TVs blipped as well, which is weird.
Yeah,
So
it was weird. It happened on my phone too. It's just strange. All right, so this gentleman right here below me, Mr. Shane Owen, how you doing, brother?
Man, doing good. Man, hey, just avoided the glitch in the Matrix, what it seems like.
Yeah, we are. I'm looking for. Anybody see Neo? Neo, where is it? Where's Agent Matt? Do you know where Agent Smith is?
right next to me because I am the one.
Wait. Who's Morpheus then? Well, theoretically, Matt could be it because Matt is of a different complexion.
See. So I gotta be Morpheus because I'm black. That's what it is.
Pretty much. I
don't want to be Morpheus. What if I want to be? What if I want to be?
Trinity?
What if I want to be Neo?
Why don't you be Trinity?
Yeah. What if I want to be Trinity, man? I identify as Trinity.
Hey, this gentleman right here in my crowded corner, Mr. Hank Russell. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I've been kind of busy all afternoon, man. I've made some phone calls and stuff like that on behalf of the show. I called your phone like 5 times, and
I have like 3 kids well, technically 4 that run around, and so I have 3 that run around and 1 that wants everything. Dude, I have been running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Oh my God!
I'm irritated because I found out today that the postal service that delivers packages, they never leave a note on the door. And I have a ladder that supports 500 pounds that hasn't come either, that I ordered from Amazon, and all of a sudden USPS will not deliver it for some reason. They came by and they said they couldn't get it, but then there's no note where I could pick it up, and I tried to track it. I'm like, dude, they need to privatize that. They need to privatize the postal office right now because that's ridiculous.
Absolutely. Hey, like I said, guys, don't mind me. I'm only going to be here for a little while. We do have tickets tonight to go check out the Clemson gymnastics match. They are taking on Penn State, so go Tigers. It's free tickets. Hey, we're going to have a lot of fun with that one, guys. We have had a crazy week in sports. I'm talking potential number 1 overall pick. Darn near close to breaking his ankle. Didn't, thankfully. X-rays were negative. Hey, unfortunate news came out of the Atlanta Braves. Austin Riley pegged in the same hand that he broke last year getting hit. X-rays were negative, but he has a CT scan to hopefully rule out completely that he does not have a fracture. But, Profar also hurt his hand. So it has been already noted that Austin Riley will not play again the rest of the spring training. He will be back hopefully for starting day. So we'll talk about that. Hey, college basketball March Madness is literally here. We have seen some crazy events going on. Matt, your boys Georgia Tech really kind of hung close last night with Duke, so we'll talk a little
Wah,
bit
wah,
about that.
wah.
We'll talk a
Yeah.
little bit about that. Hey guys, really cool news out of women's college basketball. University of Green Bay, the Phoenix guys, the women's basketball team just won their 22nd game in a row and clinched the Horizon Championship, and they have punched their ticket to the NCAA tournament. Shout out to them. We were actually trying to get the head coach,
Yes.
Coach Kadarius, on the onto the show. We will stay tuned for that. We'll hopefully get that information
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
ahead.
and just to be honest with y'all, like I've called her 3 times this week. I talked to their representative on Tuesday, I believe it was, and he said I'll give the number, and I got her name wrong because when I was talking on the phone. But then I called yesterday and I called today, no answer. So, Coach, if you just happen by a whim listen to this, we want you on.
That's right. We are extremely excited, extremely proud of Green Bay University. We're proud of all the teams who have already punched their tickets for the NCAA tournament for both women and men. Gosh, like there has been some crazy college basketball scores going on. Look, Matt, you know this. It's the best time of the year. It's March Madness. We have crazy sports happening all over the place.
Yeah.
But man, like I'm telling you guys, if this is any indication of what is to come, go ahead and start it right now. I am ready. I think Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, Shane as well. Selection Sunday is this Sunday, right?
I believe so. I believe it is, man. I just know right now, Duke.
I think 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
5 or 7, one of the two.
something like that.
It's
Yeah.
coming, guys. It's knocking on the door. Cannot wait to find out the official seedings. Hey, real quickly, guys, like our Facebook page, like our Twitter page at the Sportz Nutz. Guys, go ahead now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Sportz Nutz 176. Look, we are going to have this is breaking news right now. As you guys saw, we made the post Saturday, May the 3rd. These 4 beautiful faces are going to be in the same facility at the live on location, Tequila's Grill and Easily. Why is it so important, Matt? It's our 100th episode. Yes, we are celebrating with you guys. We're celebrating with everybody. There's going to be fun. There's going to be food. There's going to be music. Guys, we might even be giving away 2 tickets to a Greenville Drive game. Yes, the Sportz Nutz are also going to try and do an entire outing the whole weekend to go to a Greenville Drive versus the Asheville Tourists game. It is being held at Floor Field. Stay tuned. We might have the tickets for you guys. Just be prepared for that one. Before we go any further, though, guys, I got to give a quick shout out to Clemson University. Obviously it's spring break around here in Pickens County, and literally Coney County is right across the bridge. Shane knows where it is, so I actually asked Cassie. I said, "Do you know if they're in spring break?" And she said, "I don't know if they are, but if they are, there's still a lot of people that are turning out for the." There's a lot of. Sorry, we have a interruption. So we come here and it's jam packed. Like, so guys, this is the funny thing I told people. You can really tell on the roads when like there's a specific holiday of some sort, right?
Yeah.
And it's like this morning, I take Cassie to school. So Cassie had to unfortunately work as the girls are on spring break. So I took we took her to work this morning. Dude, there's nobody on the road. Like it's probably a barren wasteland. So then I go to pick Cassie up at 3 o'clock. Shout out to Lakes and Bridges, by the way. Great school to go to. Well, I go there, right, and everybody and then some is on the road. And I mean, it's literally, everybody said, you know what, 3 o'clock, let's all get on the road at the exact same time. And it's like, Matt, 285 at 5 o'clock in the afternoon in Atlanta traffic. And you know that's a disaster zone right there in itself.
Yeah, you don't want that.
And
You don't want that.
no, it was a headache. All right, so let's talk about the top story right here, guys. Cooper Flagg. The dude is going to be the number 1 pick. Absolutely
Yes.
will be the number 1 pick. And if by chance, if you clap your heels 3 times together, say there's no place like home, and the planetary systems align. All 8 planets are in a line, and the dwarf planet Pluto is in view as well. Cooper Flag is not returning to Duke. He's done a fantastic. This looks like the now #1 team in the nation. Duke is going to lose a significant player in Cooper Flag. But Matt, Shane, Hank, we saw the injury. It looked gruesome. X-rays were negative, Matt. When you saw the injury, what ran through your mind?
When I saw it, I was like, this is normal. I mean, you take it back to Cincinnati when they had #1 overall pick on that team, Kenyon Martin, hurt. All these Ben Simmons hurt. I mean, Blake Griffin hurt. All these #1 draft picks, man. It's like they get hurt. It happens like skip a year or two or whatever, man. But #1 draft picks are getting hurt. These kids play so much basketball now, man, with the AAU circuit and of course, in college and stuff like that, man. But then again, with the modern advancements in technology, as they say, they had the technology to bring these kids back faster than ever. But when he went down, man, I was like, that sucks for Duke. But hey, #1 pick in the draft, he'll be okay.
I think he's still going to play. Honestly, I think he will play against North Carolina. Because they still got to play North Carolina, and then
they're playing now. North Carolina, they're playing now.
Yeah, okay. He didn't even dress.
Well, if they advance, they will play the winner of Duke will play the winner of either Clemson or Louisville. It's for the ACC championship. It's going to be a good remaining bit to the ACC tournament. But I guarantee you, Cooper Flag, he's going to dress for that NCAA. He ain't going to miss the opportunity to go win the whole thing. And still also be the #1 pick. This kid he's phenomenal. And I had my doubt. Now, I did have my doubts at first. I was like, the kid's what, like 17, 18 years old, maybe not. I didn't know if I could really buy into it. But then the more I saw this kid play, he plays with grit. He plays with heart. He plays with determination. The dude literally lives, eats, and breathes basketball. And I got to give a huge shout out to him. The dude is going to be phenomenal wherever he goes, which, we have a friend, Matt, who is clacking his heels 3 times together and hoping that the Atlanta Hawks falter and they get that, because, the Spurs do have the Atlanta Hawks possible lottery pick. Spurs could have 2 #1 picks. Heck, that'd be, a shot in the dark to get the #1 pick again, because you had Wemby a couple years ago and you have Cooper Flag. I don't know, man. It's just crazy. When I'm going to ask you this, Shane, when you see a player of his caliber go down with an injury, and he landed pretty awkward. When that ankle, basically the foot went completely on, and he landed really hard on that bone. The instant thought was, oh no, could this bite Duke in the backside as to possibly, derail the season that they've had so far with Cooper Flag. But obviously, he was wheelchaired off at the end of the first half, came back. Yes, he sat on the bench the whole time. But, you agree though, right, Shane, that Cooper Flag, he ain't missing the NCAA tournament, right?
Well, Shire already came out and said that they've already won the ACC regular season title. They know they're going to the NCAA tournament. Why risk this type of player any further injury or any kind of handicap going towards the NCAA tournament? Why risk that? He's not going to play another meaningful kind of minute in this ACC tournament. In my opinion, you're going to rest him up, get a #1 seed in the NCAA tournament. Play him limited minutes the first game, and just see where it goes from there. He's not done in any means. Nothing's broke. This is his college career. Yep. We look at it. This is his college career, so this is what he is going to do to preserve that college career and make it last as long as he can. And I hate to be the person that tells them no.
Absolutely. And so let's look at some of the matchups we've seen, guys. Did you guys happen to see I'm trying to remember. Yeah, last night it was DePaul, Creighton. I don't know. Do you guys know? Last time I saw, I turned it off because I was getting late, tired. DePaul was up, like they were handling their business against Creighton. They were a number 2 seed in their tournament, and DePaul is a 14-win team. They were a 10 seed. They were playing for their basketball lives, and I gotta give a shout out to the Blue Devils or the Blue Demons, whatever they want. I can't remember what they're called, the Blue Demons, I think. I gotta give a shout out to them. Look, I remember, Matt, and you probably remember this too. DePaul used to be an actual like really good basketball team in the 90s, and then they fell off their rocker pretty quick, and they haven't really regained that traction. And I mean, I can remember, I think it was last year actually. They won like one game in their conference. 2 years ago, they lost every game. They didn't win a single game. And I think in the last like 4 years, they won more games this year than they did in the last 4 years combined. Like this shows that March is. People sit there and say, "Is March real?" Yes, March is absolutely a real phenomenon. And you got to give a really good shout out to DePaul. And we're getting a bunch of people. Matt, do you see all this air going on?
Yes. We
Okay,
got
well,
hit twice.
I gotta hang twice. Yeah, we'll figure that out in a minute. But guys, I mean, like seriously, let's say it as it is. March is it, right? It's
Yeah.
exciting time of year. Matt, what is one of the games that you saw so far that blew your socks off? That said, "Holy moly, this is what it's all about." March is where it's at.
Well, I'm not gonna say I don't think there's one game where I was like, oh my gosh, but it's just that overall feeling, man. It's just that overall feeling that they give. I like that. Georgia Tech did try to hang tight with Duke for a bit, man. Knupples, the other freshman star, who will be dropping almost 30 a game anywhere else if he played anywhere else. He stepped up big, man, and that was a good one. The Texas Tech and Baylor game was a good one. I know Texas Tech won by a couple of points. Even the Clemson SMU game was close down to the wire, man. A lot of these games were close, man. I know BYU and Iowa State was a close one. Stanford Louisville, that was close. That
Hey,
Trey
Clemson
Johnson
and
from
Clemson
Texas.
last
Trey
night
Johnson from
against
Texas.
SMU, they only won by 3.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
Exactly. I mean, same thing. Kentucky dang near pulled one out against that kid Fierce from Oklahoma, man. I mean, a lot of close games, man. I know that was the one thing that stood out to me, man. Like Xavier Xavier lost to Marquette by a couple of points, man. I mean, all these games were close, man. So you know how these games are down to the wire when they're close. The feeling, you don't know what's gonna happen. Every possession is magnified times 10. Though when it comes to that in that regard, yes, man, it's been a great season, man. It's been a great season. You don't know who's going to win. Usually you have your top 3 or 4 teams that you know are going to win, but it's wide open this year, man.
Absolutely, and it's only going to get better. Gosh, I'm so excited to see what happens. Obviously, guys, my time is coming to an end here for tonight's episode. We're about to go into Little John Coliseum. It is a jam-packed arena. We'll obviously be posting pictures of that one. I want to give a shout out, obviously, to University of Hawaii, Matt. Rainbow Wahine, they took off today for the Big West tournament. Shout out to them. They got a double bye there. They play tomorrow, and then they play in the championship, which will probably be against UC Irvine. And if Hawaii gets it, they are listed as either a 15th or 16th seed. So shout out to the University of Hawaii Rainbow Wahine. Hey guys, we have a lot of guests coming up for our show. I'm talking to some big name people. I'm not going to go too deep and share them because it would be a long list, and I don't want to take away from the fun of us possibly getting them. I will tell you this though, that stay tuned. We are going to have Matt's got some big names, people going on. Shane has got some big name. Hank has got it going on. We are all going to get it going. Until then, guys, I'm going to tell you guys, peace up, A-Town down, greatest sports city there is. Guys, enjoy your weekend. I will see you again on Tuesday at 7:30. For now, for my man Matt, my man Shane, and my man. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm 3 for 3. And Hank, y'all have a wonderful evening, guys. Have a good show. I will. I look forward to seeing you all. And again, thank you so much for all those who've tuned in. And y'all have a wonderful evening. Matt, take care of yourself. Shane, take care. Hank, take care of yourself.
All right, Brandon, get up out of here, man.
Be good.
Leave.
Yeah. You just gave us an outro. We're gonna
Yeah, exactly.
Go have fun.
yeah. We're not gonna stay too much longer, man. You know, I know we all got things that we need to tend to, but one of the things that we do want to kind of touch base on, man. You know, the world of sports, man. We want to just kind of. Well, first of all, you know, I'll be remiss if I say this, man. But Shane, Hank, what's up, man? What's up, fellas? What's
man?
Nothing
man.
much.
How's life? How's life, man?
Man, life is good, man. I mean, like I feel bad for Brandon, man. He tried to deliver my package to me and it cost him money, but for some reason they didn't, you know. I've been bothered by that for the past couple hours because I'm like, how does the U.S. Postal Service screw up? You know, they're not supposed to screw up like that. So
it's a government agency. What can you expect? It's a government run agency. We've seen some stuff.
Exactly.
We've seen some stuff here lately. You know, I can remember. I mean, you can't trust anything in the Postal Service hands, really. I mean, it's
No, I had like I said, I had a ladder I ordered about a week ago that supports 500 pounds, and that way I could carry stuff on it without having to worry about breaking the ladder. So, but yeah. By the way, sports related, I got a question. It's not an elephant in the room, but I feel like that. Brandon and I were talking about this on the phone a couple of days ago. And I want to address this. What do y'all think about Angel Reese and her claim about, you know, sitting down and, you know, like the NBA players should be getting the WNBA players should be getting comparable pay towards like the NBA players, the men's basketball, all that stuff. Do you think that she's just kind of being? Do you think she's being a little bit unreasonable?
I will say one thing, man. I learned in my time, man. You know, men lie, women lie, but numbers do not lie. So I think it's a numbers thing, man. I think it's more so once the WNBA can put up the numbers that the NBA puts up, then, you know, they'll start getting, you know, higher revenue shares and things like that, man. As far as the players go, they'll be able to negotiate higher salaries. I mean, and that's what they're doing. They're doing a great job of that. As Brandon's mentioned many times before, they're starting off good. You know, they're actually starting off good. So, you know, we'll see. She has a hope and a dream, like every WNBA player has, to make big money, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the reality of it, man. They just got to put up the numbers that the NBA puts up.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. And you know, they're starting to put up the numbers, but you know, here's the you know, kind of facto, kind of mute point of it. She's not even at the table. She has nothing to do with this CBA agreement. All she's doing is this, just this. I mean, she's you know, she's part of the players union and stuff, and yes, I get it. She is a polarizing figure in the WNBA, but she does not have that kind of, hey, let's sit down and talk about this. Let's, you know, let me come to the table and tell you what the rest of the WNBA feels. She doesn't have that pull yet. She thinks that she does, just because of the numbers that are coming in from her and Clark. And you know, I mean, it's a flash in the pan kind of thing that we've seen so far. I'm not going to say that it's flash in the pan overall. I'm going to say so far. Because it's only been a couple of years. So, yeah. I mean, we've got to see this, you know, kind of go forward. And I mean, the WNBA with what they've done in the Unrivaled, and stuff like that, you know, that yes, that's bringing about more and more, you know, towards the WNBA. But you know, I guess her success in that tournament has gotten to her head a little bit, and you know, I kind of think that she needs to take a little bit of a back seat and understand, like, yeah, let's voice these opinions, but let's voice these to the player, representatives, not necessarily, me voicing out to the media and making my case heard and not anybody else's.
Exactly, man. Well said, well said. Um, moving on, man, to kind of a next topic here, man. I know we, want to kind of, I know we kind of mentioned this a little bit, beforehand, but Cooper Kupp, nobody knew what was going to happen as far as, where he was going to end up, or who was going to trade for him, or where he was going to be traded to. But reports have come out that he is now a Seattle Seahawk, man. What do you think about that, Shane?
Man, well, I kind of figured that with the sale that they did. I mean, and then go pick up I guess you say, proven game manager quarterback in Sam Darnold. You got to give them somebody to throw to, and why not give them 3 years removed or 4 years removed from the what he won the receiving Triple Crown.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he is a reliable target that you're going to get for low money because he had the ticket when he was with the Rams.
Yeah.
And they wanted to go a different direction. So, you're going to get a great caliber player at a lower cost because he wants to go somewhere and play. And why not play in the same division that you just came from and show them at least twice a year that they made the wrong decision?
Exactly.
So, that's one thing that I enjoy about a lot of the free agent signings.
Yes.
Is you see some division rivals signing each other's players, and that makes it more interesting. In the end, in my opinion, to kind of see where everybody's going. But they had to get somebody, and why not be Cooper Kupp?
Yeah, why not? Why not, man? I mean, somebody that they've like you said, they've seen him a couple of times a season. Actually, they know his style. They know what he can do. And also you kind of look at the Panthers and you kind of look at Adam Thielen and you see, at first they were kind of written him off down there in Carolina, but he started to come on as of late, man, to help out the QB Bryce Young. So you see things like that, and you just wonder, man, if Cooper Kupp is back to at least 80% of 70% of what he was, that is going to work wonders for that offense because they only have Jackson or JSN up there to catch balls, really, man. And somebody's got to be open. Somebody has to make the catch or make the plays.
Yeah, but I mean, you as a team can sit back and say, yeah, let me get an Adam Thielen type player that's 7 years younger. I mean, why not? I've got a number one already. Let me get this slot guy. Let me get this route runner. Let me give my quarterback an outlet besides my tight end.
Exactly.
To go to other than, hey, number one is going to get number one targets.
Exactly. I mean, I get it. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of teams reached out, for his services, but I think a lot of teams were just scared to kind of overpay for him. But I think Seattle has, like you said, Seattle has no choice. They need pass catchers, and I feel that's what they're going to do early in the draft. I think they're going to probably draft around one of the top receivers out there. I don't know what pick they have. I know it's probably a top 10 pick. It has to be because they didn't make the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they were close though. So I mean, if you think about it, the bottom half and the mid half of the NFL is not separated by much.
Yeah, that is true.
So there's a lot of things like, I mean, I saw at one point before, like last 3 games of the season, the Panthers could have the number 11 pick, or they could have the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's crazy.
It was that crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. That's crazy. I still can't believe that, man. The level of, that's how close a lot of these records were, man. It's just, whew. Let's see what happens, man. But what teams you think out there that still need to make a splash? What teams do you think need to do something? Otherwise, this free agency has been a failure for them.
Man, I can tell you one team that comes to mind. And not necessarily a failure and need, but like they really haven't done anything, And I think that they needed to do something because we saw what they could do with a rookie quarterback their first year and make the playoffs. We saw what they could do in their second year, make the playoffs, but both times they've come up completely empty. Houston Texans, what have you done for me? I mean, you have a quarterback who could be a star in this league, and you still have him under his rookie contract.
Mm-hmm.
You've signed a couple, say Stephon. I mean, you can give him that, and that's more of a hey, this is a veteran receiver to get our receiver room. Yeah, you've been hit by the injury bug, but yet here in this free agency, you've been hit by free agent bug.
Yes, they have,
and you haven't done much in a division that is mediocre at best. You with just your talent, even after what you've gotten rid of, this free agency in this offseason, you are still the favorite to win the division.
And they've gotten worse. They've gotten worse.
They have gotten worse, but they're still the favorite.
That's crazy.
They are an A1 team in a mediocre division that has the ability, and I believe wholeheartedly, the cap space and everything within the past this year, if not next year, to make a good run at an AFC championship.
Mm-hmm.
But what have you done?
What have you done? And the time to do it is when your rookie is when you have your star quarterback on a rookie contract. That's the time to do it. You look at Seattle when they have Russell Wilson. He was on his rookie contract. They were able to build that team around him.
Yeah, it's $12.5 million compared to $40 million.
Exactly. And by the time he gets his up, by the time it's time for him to get his deal, if he continues to progress on the level that he's progressing on, man, he's going to be one of the top paid quarterbacks out there. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens with that, man. They already have a pretty good team. They've drafted very well. The Texans have drafted very well with Will Anderson on D, the safeties, Petrie. I like the other corner they have, that corner from Georgia. I can't remember his name right now, but of course they got Stingley. Of course, I mean they have some really good players on defense. The 2020, the kid from Alabama. They have some really good plays, some really good pieces, man. I just hope that they're able to put it together because at some point they're going to have to pay all these pieces. They can't stay on their rookie contracts.
Yeah, and that's one thing I think a good move for them. The one move that they actually did this offseason that was a good move for them was Tunsil to unload that contract. That was a good move for them, But when you do that, you expect moves after that. I mean, it's just like we're looking. I don't know what it is, but is it just Texas teams?
Ooh, we're gonna go there. We're gonna go there.
Because really, if you look at it, the Cowboys did what the Texans didn't do.
Yeah.
And the Texans didn't sign their number one kind of contributor, in Tunsil and protector. They didn't sign them. But now the Cowboys turn around and they're giving Lawrence what?
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked about that one, man. I saw a video clip. CeeDee Lamb was just in a limousine with some YouTuber, and he just saw the news about DeMarcus Lawrence, and he was kind of taken aback a little bit, like what? Like, and his face, you can see his face, like, man, what the heck are we doing? So man, we'll see what happens with that, man. What's another Texas team out there, man? We got Dallas, we got Houston. Is there another Texas team, or are those just those two in the NFL? I think it's just those two in the NFL, man. But staying in that division, man. You look at the Colts with Anthony Richardson, man, and them signing oh my gosh, Daniel
Jones.
Yeah,
you mean number 31 and number 32 in completion percentage last year in all of the NFL.
Yeah, man. And they don't really have. I mean, they have, as far as the receivers go, man. They have and I'm having a day today with these names. Michael, I can't remember his last name. I'm having a day with these names. They have a solid foundation of receivers, nothing really too special.
Is it Pittman?
Michael Pittman Jr. Yeah, man, yeah, I'm having. But besides Pittman, then you have Alec Pierce, who's solid. I know they got a couple young slot receivers out there, man, that they're hoping can flourish. But man, I don't know what they're gonna do out there, man, in Indianapolis. I hope Richardson his body can withstand the rigors of a full NFL season, because right now it's seeming like it can't. But who else is in that division? You have them too. They have the Titans. Oh my gosh! And you also have let's see, Colts, Titans, and
Jags,
and the Jaguars. Okay. When does the national media start coming down on Goldilocks? Trevor Lawrence. When it's been 4 or 5 years, maybe four. I think he's coming into his 4th year. They made the playoff once, I believe. When are the Jags going to make that leap? But also, when is that point going to happen when media is going to start turning on Trevor Lawrence?
Well, and my thing is, when they gave him that extension, not last year, but going into last year, they gave him that extension from his rookie contract. He's got all the pieces there. They haven't been able to do anything. They've been up there and in the conversation of a playoff team with Houston and with the other 2 teams in the division with the Titans and the Colts. I mean, like I said, this is a wide open division. It is like nobody has gone out and said, this is mine yet. And I think that, Trevor Lawrence is a great quarterback. Do I think that he needs to go somewhere else and be a great quarterback? I can see that. Do I think that if he goes somewhere else, he would be a career second string backup? I can see that too.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh man, that's big.
It depends on how you take it as a man and as a professional. Like, okay, I'm getting shipped off somewhere. If I go to a place where I'm, almost not slotted to be the starter, but am written in pencil, all I got to do is ink my name in there. Then that makes you feel some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, if you go to a situation where you know that you have a starting quarterback already, and you're fighting for this, how do you take that as a man? That's one thing that we haven't seen, but that's one thing that I think Trevor Lawrence could benefit from.
Mm-hmm.
But he could also lose from it big time too.
That is true, man. To harp off of what you just said, you kind of look at Justin Fields, man. Justin Fields was, I think he was a top quarterback coming out of high school that year. The path that he went to, man, and how Justin Fields had to eat a slice of humble pie and sit behind Russell Wilson for a little bit, man. And then, now look, he's got him a starting gig, man, and he's able to take care of his family for the rest of his life now with the money that he just got. So, yeah, man. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what Trevor Lawrence does, man. I mean, I think this is a really make or break season for him. I think if he does not do well, I think the fans are going to want to start having his head. The media is going to kind of be like, what's going on? I mean, he was supposed to be the one. He was supposed to be that next great quarterback, man. And we have not seen that at all from him, man. From what I've seen from him, he's a game manager. That's from what I've seen. I mean, does he have arm?
A game manager with elite arm talent.
Yes. Granted, I like that receiver they got from LSU, Brian Robinson Jr. He had a great rookie year.
Great. That was a sneaky
very sneaky.
You'll see 10, 15 years down the road here. Like that's going to be a great trivia question. Like who led the league in 2024 in receiving yards as a rookie? Like you're going to see that.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about somebody that has came from the same school with Malik Neighbors, and it's just the LSU is pumping out receivers, man, dating back to Odell and those guys, man. I mean, Jarvis Landry. I mean, they've been pumping them out. Hank, welcome back with us, man. We missed you. We missed you, man.
Yeah, we're having some. I'm having some technical difficulties, but go ahead.
It's all good, man. So, Hank, man, what's new, man? Everything good with you, man? How's the week going? How's life? What in sports has intrigued you over the last week or so?
Honestly, not to be negative, but what's intrigued me is kind of I was watching the Tulane game earlier, right?
Yeah.
And Tulane's a pretty good college. I mean, at least it was during its day, but yet the crowd was so dead. Like none of them traveled very far. A lot of people didn't travel far to go see Tulane, and gosh, I forgot who they played. And that's what's intriguing me right now is that it's not in my best interest to say this, but man, college sports just doesn't have the same zing that it used to. Even football, even though football is way more popular, but at the same time, like there's just like lack of zing these days in college sports. The pros seem to be blowing them away, and there's just I don't count college football because most of the time college football is in smaller towns and stuff like that. So it's it's kind of like the thing to do. Every store in town closes down whenever like an Ole Miss game or Alabama game comes on. So that's what I've been intrigued about sports this week is that the lack of attendance from the basketball crowd when back up until like the late 2000s, man, it was the thing to do. You traveled and followed the team whenever they hit the tournaments and stuff like that.
Well, I can tell you when you have Stanford and Cal playing an ACC game in Charlotte in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. I mean, you're talking about 3,000 miles away from any bit of sense of kind of area that these people would pull for. I mean, the only reason they started following into the game was because they were getting ready for the North Carolina game next.
Yep.
I mean,
Shane hit it right on the head. And Shane, I've said this many episodes ago. I've said this, man. Long gone are the days of the Big East and ACC and Pac-10 and things like that, man. It's the conferences. It's the mix up in the. It's like they put all these teams into a pot and they just dump them out. You're in this conference. You're in this conference. You're in this conference. You're in this conference. I think that has a major play in. Like Shane said, man. Nobody's watching ACC Stanford game.
The Big East has done a great job of keeping it sort of local.
Yeah.
Though as far as all the conferences out there that you can see, like they've kept it sort of local. SEC, they've kept it sort of local just because of their footprint already, and that's why they get the good turnout that they have. And whether they're in Nashville this year, so I mean, it's still a good turnout in that area, and the Big East has done good. But I mean, like I said, you've got two California teams playing at 2:00 on the East Coast. Yeah, I mean, other than a lot of parents and band members, and hey, like you said, we're on spring break, so the ones that get a free ride out there if they're lucky enough to. But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I remember just getting tickets to the ACC championship in Charlotte on a Sunday, and going because we lived within 3 hours of there. But we knew that it was going to be like a Duke, North Carolina, NC State, North Carolina. We get to see those local kind of schools going at it. And so, I mean, that's one thing where you don't get the fanfare of it. You get true fans of the game. and of those teams there, yes, but you don't get a lot of the, you know, hey, this is a championship basketball game at 2 o'clock on a Sunday. Let's go watch it because it's so close and so cheap.
Right.
Exactly. And you're right about that, man. You're absolutely right about that, man. That's just, I guess that's just nature of the beast now. That's just how sports are now, man. And Hank's right, man. It's like the March Madness feels like every year over the last 10 years, every year it's just dwindled down further and further and further and further and further and further. You know, and speaking of Tulane, Hank, their coach, Ron Hunter, he used to coach Georgia State over here, man. He was a Georgia State coach. And the last NCAA tournament that I actually enjoyed was when his son hit that game-winning shot over Baylor. You know, and he fell out of his chair because he was in a foot cast or something. They had broke his foot or something like that. So it's interesting.
It just went viral again this week.
Really?
It did. It did. He had the black cast on and everything.
Yep. Yeah, he had the cast on. Yeah, his son. That was his son that hit the shot. He just
yeah. They said the feeling when March Madness hits and that is falling out.
See, we don't get that anymore. We don't have those stories in March Madness anymore, man. We just don't have those.
Now I can tell you. Now look at these teams that you're talking about, the seeding and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of fans of the game and a lot of fans of these teams are just saying, okay, well, we're just going to wait till March Madness and the NCAA tournament. We'll catch them another 2 hours closer, and it'd be a more meaningful game. I mean, we were just talking about earlier, Cooper Flagg sitting out the rest of the ACC tournament, but I'll be darned if he's going to sit out the NCAA tournament.
Exactly.
You know?
And speaking of Cup, Duke is leading North Carolina at halftime, 45-24.
Oh, y'all are cheating. Y'all are able to watch the game while we're doing this, man.
Not yet. I got to get a TV for up here because all mine got gone.
Yeah, I just went over to ESPN.com and just looked at it, man.
See, I never get to watch the games because in my room and stuff like that because the way the TV is pointed, if you turn it on, you could get you could definitely get flagged on, certain platforms and stuff like that. But
we went through that. I had a little setup with like 3 TVs behind me for a while.
I remember that.
So I make sure the TV's in front of me, so I can watch it, not just watch it on the screen.
Oh my goodness, I got it. I think somebody got flagged for somebody got flagged for that recently, and they were talking about tennis or something like that. I don't know, but anyway, long story short, they had their TV, which I could watch Serena Williams all day.
Did you say Tubi? You say Tubi?
Yeah.
Oh my God! No, we're not gonna do this. Tubi is one of the most it's crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. Some of these movies and stuff, man. It's so bad, acting so bad. Oh my
goodness! I made an appearance.
Have you ever watched a Hallmark movie?
Yes, I remember those Hallmark movies on Lifetime. My mother used to sit there and watch them.
Lifetime's about to kill it now, but Hallmark has some wholesome movies, and they're predictable as I don't know what.
Dude, I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 years ago, but I was actually made an appearance in a Tubi movie that never went to Tubi. Right, they were making a movie that was supposed to be for Tubi. And I was like, my acting is so bad, and everybody else's is so bad, and this camera angle is so bad, and I'm just like, I'm not watching this doggone movie.
Hank, what's the name of the movie?
I forgot, honestly. It's a documentary. It's a documentary.
Come on now.
No, real talk. I forgot the name of the movie, but I'll tell you the plot. I'll tell you the plot is that. It takes or I'll tell my role is that I'm in the 80s. I'm in the 80s and I'm the racist boss. So it's like, but then after I did that role right, then all of a sudden like they wanted me to do more, and I'm like, this is just not me. I don't want to be like the white Karen of Tubi movies.
Man. Oh man, you could be that bad guy. You could be the quintessential bad guy boss in the Tubi movies right now. You could
That's
have been
right.
that guy. You could have been
I
that
could have
guy.
been that. Yeah, and not get
Oh,
paid for it.
oh,
You know how
no,
Danny Trejo. You know how Danny Trejo is like the bad Latino bad
Yeah,
guy in all the movies. You could have been that guy for Tubi movies.
I
oh,
could have been
I see
Hector.
it.
I could have been Hector from Fast and the Furious, and his name is Hector in every movie he is in. So I could.
I see with the beard, let your hair grow out, get your
Nah.
ponytail.
What was your character's name? What was your character's name, Hank?
Honestly, I don't remember because it was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Probably,
But
probably like a John or a Steve. You know,
it
so
had to be. But dude, I don't think it was like I don't think I was like labeled as racist. I think I was just labeled as an a-hole, but kind of the soft white underbelly of racism going on.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's almost like, and they made me do like an accent like this. I mean,
Oh man.
they made me do an accent. I'm telling you, they made me sound like Jerry Jones in the '90s. It was just
Oh man.
insane, and that's what I was doing. That was my impression. Like when they said to do a little strong Southern accent, I said I'll do Jerry Jones in the '90s, and I'll tell you, that boy right there, he was just absolutely like that grandson-in-law of mine. Tony Romo, he did such a good job during those days, and I'm telling you, that's Jerry Jones right there.
Oh man. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. They ain't have you saying some crazy stuff, did they, Hank?
No, they want no, and I told him I told him before I even got on the set. I said I will not say some crazy stuff if you get what I'm saying, right?
I get
And
what
I
you're
will not
saying,
use
man.
some. Yeah, I don't want to use crazy words and stuff like that. And they said, well, no, you might be really good at it, and you're an actor and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not getting paid to sell my soul. You better pay me before
You
I
better
sell
pay.
my soul.
I
And
better have I better have
um,
residual. I better have a residual income. I better have a monthly, quarterly check coming in. Oh man.
man, oh no, it's insane, man. I mean,
Oh
these
man.
Tubi movies, and it was a Tubi movie, and I don't even remember what year it was. It was 22 or 23, but
Yeah.
all I know is that they had to go buy a button-up shirt that cost me like $40, and then they provided me pants that were so too small on me, so I had to take the belt and wrap it around my waist and make sure that they didn't see my zipper because it had to be undone and buttoned. So,
Okay. Just tell me this, Hank. Do you remember how you died in the movie?
dude, I didn't. The white man in the movie doesn't die in a horror movie.
Especially in the Tubi movies. Tubi.
No,
Hey man.
but it was horrible. I mean, it was a true story, but I just,
Wow.
I just played the part of her boss in the '80s, sort of thing, and giving her an opportunity and stuff like that. But like I said, there's this like soft white underbelly of racism that
Giving her an
exists.
opportunity to what?
Do what?
Giving her an opportunity to move up in the company.
Yeah. But there was no funny business like that.
Okay.
Right. I
Okay.
mean, plus,
Okay.
of course, it's not my life. It's a documentary. So
Okay, so it's based off of a true story, like you said.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
understood.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was it what we get like on the big movies, like based, or is it kind of more related since you went through that process on the true story? Did you not really know the true story and didn't really care?
I knew the story because it happened it happened in Memphis.
Okay. What
It
was it?
happened.
What was it kind of like closely? Because like a lot of the mainstream movies that say based on a true story are loosely based on that true story. Like
I,
4 or 5 facts make it into the movie, and that's it.
be, being that I was only in one scene in the movie, and I was supposed to be in like the late '80s. I honestly do not know. I did the shot. I was supposed to do another one, but then they never called me back, and for lack of a better term, it was just ghetto as all get out.
So it looked like South Street.
Yeah, basically, yeah, exactly. Basically, and it's just whatever that means. But
What that means.
Oh
Well,
man, go to Philly, and that's where South Street is.
yeah, man. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
Don't do that.
South Street's literally the main drag that goes almost. It's not Main Street, but it runs right beside it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's where all the stadiums and everything else are. And man, like you got South, the Main, and Broad Street, they all run kind of parallel
Yeah.
to each other. Broad Street's got all the cheesesteaks and everything else. South Street, if there's a game going on, you better hit the tunnel and take the train if you want to get out of there with any kind of sense about you.
There you go.
Okay.
You want to close this out?
Yeah, man, we're about to. So, Hank, any big plans for this weekend, man? Anything you got going on?
Honestly, the main focus is mainly me moving to my studio. Like the reason why I've had technical difficulties is because some of my resources have been gone, like the hardwiring and stuff like that. And honestly, I probably shouldn't be there Tuesday because I'll still be working on it, but I'll do my best. It's just, I'll do my best. But that I'm working on that, and I'm hoping, and I'm just trying to. Man, what else do I got going on this weekend? Not a whole lot. Just gonna be working on my studio and stuff. That's it.
Cool. What about you, Shane? Anything you got going this weekend?
Man, just trying to get finally settled in, just see how many more hangers I need for some clothes and stuff like that. I know we probably didn't mention this, but I think maybe the Ravens' first games this weekend.
Yeah,
possibly.
Yeah, I think so.
So good luck to them. I'd be down there, but we got all this going on. New job starts Monday morning, so
yeah, congratulations.
So we'll see how all that goes, and just look forward to Tuesday night. Kind of getting a little defrag and relaxation. With the boys.
Understood. So as Brandon would say, man, Shane, what do you tell the good people out there?
Oh man, hey, I love everybody that comes on and watches us, listens to us. Hey, don't be a stranger. Reach out to us. Let us know what you might want to hear us talk about next. Like, follow, subscribe as always on all of our social media platforms. We got some pretty big news, with the radio station this past week. Some more bigger news might be coming out there. So y'all check us out. Wait to hear on that, man. As always, much love, peace, love, and bacon grease.
All right, Hank, what do you tell the good people out there, man, for yourself?
Man, hey, man, this is to the state of Texas. Thank you. If this is a long-term thing, man, we want to be a part of your lives. So, state of Texas, much love. How?
Yes, also, man, shout out to Woody Page over there at ESPN, man. His 10 years, on the show out there, man. It's coming down to an end, but shout out to him. But also remember, guys, on May 3rd, live on location, Sportz Nutz will be. You'll see me, Hank, Shane, Brandon. We'll be over there. And as I say to everybody out there, man, I'm gonna keep it short today. Just you got a good weekend coming up. It's a lot of sports, a lot of college sports. Ease up. Don't get flagged in the game of life. If you're gonna drink, call an Uber. Don't drive. You don't want to see the whoops behind you, because if you see the whoops behind you, you got a long weekend ahead. Expensive weekend. So, for Hank, Shane, myself, and for Brandon, we want to thank you guys, for coming out, joining us for this evening. Everybody, enjoy it.
Yes, sir.